What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, and welcome, guys, to another episode of Blaugrana Buzz. Ladies and gentlemen, big up to every single one of you guys who are already here, and welcome to another episode of Blaugrana Buzz, your one-stop shop for the latest Barcelona news. Big up to everyone in the chat. I see a lot of you guys in the chat showing some love. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's do some house cleaning, guys. Big up to all you guys. I see all the people in here. Big up to my brother Khalid. Big up to you, bro. How are you doing, man? Big up to my guy Ravi. Big up to you, Steve. Every single time, bro. Yeah, look at my guy Steve in the chat. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Kashpa. Big up to every single one of you guys. Like I mentioned, guys, this is another episode of Blaugrana Buzz, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, there's a lot of news coming out of Barcelona every single week, as you all know. We're always doing some news over here. And listen, every single time that there's news, guys, we're here to talk about it. And listen, there is some news coming out of the club every day. The latest news, guys, we're gonna get into is with drama with Nico Williams transfer to Barcelona. We're also gonna be talking about one of our up-and-coming youngsters in Pablo Torre, who's now on his way out of the club. He's about to join Mallorca. We're gonna be talking about Betis, who are interested in Iñaki Peña. We're gonna also get into the fact that Dani Olmo has been spotted partying or in vacation with Luis Diaz. And finally, we're going to talk about Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's 2025-2026 number 10, guys. But pick up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And yo, alright, man, give me a sec. Alright, yo, there we go. There you go. That should be good. I got my fan on, Steve. That's why if it's too low. But yeah, man, listen. Guys, listen, I'm going to get into this because where else do we start? Let's just talk about it, guys. Let's get into it. Let's get into the Nico Williams talk, guys, because here's the thing, guys, okay? Before I even pull up the news, right, I really want to, first of all, say this about Athletic Bilbao, right? Now, for some of you guys who are living under a rock or you guys don't know what is going on, well, everybody knows where the club correctly stand when it comes to Nico Williams and his time at the club, and basically what the plans for the club is for this player, right? The player wants to come, we want to sign him, and well, recently Athletic Bilbao have kind of been showing their real side. Now, I'm gonna first of all start by saying this. I used to have a lot of respect for Athletic Bilbao as establishment. I'll tell you why. Now, the reason I had such a respect for them is because growing up, there is only 3 teams in Spanish football, right? In the whole history of Spanish football, who've never been relegated. Only 3 clubs. Barça, Real Madrid, and Athletic Bilbao. Barcelona and Real Madrid are the heavyweights in Spanish football. It's not really a shock to know that this club have never been relegated because we're the big dogs in our league, right? What makes Athletic Bilbao such a special club in my eyes is the fact that they are not heavyweights like Barca and Madrid. However, just like Barca and Madrid, this club never went down. They always were in the league from its inception. And what made Athletic Bilbao for me a lot more special is the fact that when you look at Athletic Bilbao's establishment as a club, they basically stayed in the league for so long by having a philosophy which, you know, for many people, they may not get it. They may not understand. They may think, it's isolatedness and all of that. But basically, the way they do it, kind of like how Barcelona have, you know, the whole tiki-taka, La Masia and everything else, they have Catalan pride. And you have in Bilbao, they're from the Basque region. They have Basque pride. You understand what I mean, right? And they have such a pride for their area that they only sign players from their own ends, right? All the players that you see from Bilbao are all from the Basque region, right? And the fact that this club had never went down with that kind of philosophy just it was something respectable about that. For many people, they might look at that and say, "Ah, that's isolatedness. Why is it that they have a problem buying players from outside of the Basque region?" Listen, it's their philosophy. I respected it. I had no problems on it, right? And look, I'll be honest, right? The way the way that they have been able to stay relevant, right, despite that philosophy, right? They've had great players like in Nico Williams, Iñaki Williams, Javi Martinez, Ander Herrera, Unai Sanchez, Aymeric Laporte, Unai Simon. They've had a lot of great players come out of the Basque region with this philosophy. And it's something I've always respected about them. However, here's the thing. They are not as big as a club like Barcelona. They're not as big as a club like Real Madrid. They're not even as big as clubs like Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, all these clubs, right? So they've always been used to losing their players. They understand that, sometimes they can have great players, and they've always been happy to sell, right? They've sold a lot of great players. But recently, this club have done something that it's truly pathetic. Because here's the thing, right? I understand football clubs don't want to sell their best players. No football club want to sell their best players. That's fine, right? But what makes this club so special in the way that they're trying to get rid of this, they're trying to keep their player, is what really makes them an embarrassment. Let me explain. Nico Williams wanted to join. Basically, Barca wanted Nico Williams since last season. He was our primary target. He was the guy that we wanted at the club. He was the guy that we wanted on that left wing. We did everything and anything and everything to bring in Nico Williams. We had the money. We put the money down. We talked to him all season. We did everything that was humanly possible to get this guy in. Athletic Bilbao, to their credit, they didn't want to lose him. So they did whatever they had to do to keep Nico Williams. They went to his brother. They spoke to his brother, Iñaki, to speak to Nico and try to convince him to stay. They spoke to his parents. And in the end, they managed to convince Nico to stay for another season. Basically, they sold him a dream. They said, listen, this season is a special season for Bilbao. We are hosting the Europa League final. We want to win that Europa League. We want you to stay here and help us win this Europa League trophy. So in the end, Nico Williams, seeing an opportunity to live on a high, decided he was going to stay. He was going to stay at Athletic Bilbao. He was going to try to win the Europa League at the San Mamés Stadium in the end of 2025 season. Now the season has ended. They got close, but in the end, they didn't succeed. Right? It's unfortunate. That's life for you, right? Sometimes you have dreams. It may not always work out the way you want. But now the season has ended. We are now at the start of the new season. Nico Williams, everyone in Spain, including outside of Spain, understand, okay, well, they were able to keep him last season, but there's no way they're going to keep him this season because Barca are going to be in for him again. And other clubs will be looking at him. We saw Arsenal were looking at him, Bayern are looking at him, right? Chelsea were looking at him at some point. So there have been teams that he's not short of suitors at the club. He's not short of suitors at all. So in the end, Nico Williams made the decision because he wanted the Barca move last season. However, he was convinced to stay. This season, he went out of his way to approach Barcelona through his agent. Spoke to his agent. His agent came to Barcelona to speak to Laporta. Wait, is my volume that low? Hold on, guys. Wait, guys, you guys saying that my volume is low? Is it too low, guys? Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's my fan. Hold on. Maybe it's my fan, guys. Am I good now? Let me know, guys, because I got my fan on. It's literally right next to me, so you can hear some noise. It might. So yeah, guys, let me know before I continue. Can you guys hear me properly now? Is it still low? Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Ah, damn it. I don't know what is going on. Hold on, guys. Let me try something. Let me try something. Jeez Louise, man. Guys, oh, it's good now? Alright, cool, cool. Alright, anyways. Let's continue. Let's continue. Anyway, I'm gonna just continue by saying this, right? So the club understood that Nico Williams was going to leave, right? Because the guy had multiple suitors, not just Barca, other clubs, right? But this is the thing. Nico Williams doesn't want to leave in Spain. He wants to stay in. He wants to stay at the club in Spain. I'm sorry. He wants to stay in Spain, and his preferred destination is to join Barca. He made it very clear because he came straight to the club through his agent, right? Told the club he's willing to reject every single offer. If Barcelona come in for him, he's willing to wait for the registration. He's willing to do anything, right? He wants to come to the club. This is his first choice. The club, in return, said, all right, well, cool. We will sign you then. You understand what I mean, right? We will do whatever it takes. On that day, not only did they have that conversation, but they agreed terms. And after with the agreement of terms, the player was on his way, right? All we have to do now is to talk to Bilbao or trigger the buyout clause. Now, Bilbao, again this season, are trying to keep Nico Williams, right? However, in this case, they don't have the leverage to keep him. Why? Because the guy gave them a fact and said, listen, at the end of the day, I gave you guys last season. This season, I want to move on. I want to move on. You guys knew I wanted to leave last season, but you convinced me to stay. This season, I'm not staying. I'm leaving. Do you understand what I mean, right? Athletic Bilbao, after hearing this, did everything. They offered this brother, they were willing to make this brother the highest paid player in their club's history. He still said no. He said, no, I'm not staying. Sorry, I'm going. I'm out. And you know what now, Nick? And you know what this club have decided to do? Because now because now they've realized that there is absolutely no way they can stop him from joining Barca. They've now resorted to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is where they have now resorted to, ladies and gentlemen. Because as you guys can see, Athletic Club confirmed they are meeting with La Liga expressing concern over Barcelona's ability to register new players under financial fair play. Athletic Bilbao insists that they will defend their interests and ensure that the rule is enforced. Guys, I have never heard so much bullshit in my lifetime. So basically, they're trying to they're basically doing the Tebas thing, which is, we're only putting these rules here because we're just trying to protect the clubs in La Liga. Like, you give a fuck about whatever happens to the rest of the league. This is actually, this is pathetic. You know what? If they had just came out and said, you know what? We want to keep our player and we're willing to do whatever it takes to keep our player. But they're making it seem that they are rejecting this for the interest of La Liga. Now, here's the problem with this whole thing. Athletic Bilbao have no evidence. Zero. Nilch. Nil. Nothing. They have no evidence to prove that we broke the rules. They have no evidence. They are only using this based on guts because they know that last season we struggled to register Dani Olmo, right? So, in an act of desperation, this club are trying to bring this to the forefront For one reason and one reason only. The only reason they're bringing this out there is to discourage Nico Williams. Because Nico Williams wants to join the club. He knows that the club will sign him. So now what he's sitting here doing is that he's trying to make things difficult. They're trying to make it difficult for him. Do you understand what I mean? They're trying to make things difficult for him. And in the end, let me just say this now. They can say whatever they want. Do you understand what I mean? Right? But I'm gonna put this out there, guys. I get clubs wanting to keep their players, but this is pathetic. Because at the end of the day, this is why I'm not gonna lie to you, all right? This is why sometimes I get why players choose for the interest of their club. Straight up. I straight up understand it now. Because you know why? Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. Right? These football clubs don't give a fuck about their players. They don't care, bro. They will do what is at the interest of the club. Now, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. But I'm going to say this right now, guys. Right? At the end of the day, people always want players to be loyal to your clubs. I'm going to say this right now, boys. They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. For me, the reason I'm calling this out is not because at the end of the day they're going to succeed. Because I'm about to show you what Gerard Moreno, an actual reliable source in Spain, literally said. Right? But I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. The reason I'm saying all these things is not necessarily, saying that this deal is in danger. Because it's not in danger. It shows, I'm trying to show everybody that sometimes football fans are so fickle. Football fans are extremely fickle. They always want their players to always do what is best for the club. But this is the thing about football clubs, bro. They don't give a fuck about these players. Okay, bro? They will always do what brings the club, what is good for the club. Whether it affects the player's career, they don't care. So sometimes these players have to say, you know what, man? It is what it is. These players, they have to force moves. And yeah, you know what? Fans are fickle as well. Because fans will sit there and blame the player whenever the player misbehaves. But this is the thing, man. I don't care, bro. It is what it is. And this is the thing with Athletic Bilbao, man. For me, the reason I'm calling this out is because at the end of the day, this is actually embarrassing. It's just embarrassing because at the end of the day, this is not going to change anything. That's the thing. I see people in the chat sitting there celebrating like this is actually going to change anything. Guys, nothing is going to change. Because like I mentioned, they don't have any evidence. They are only reporting this to La Liga because because at the end of the day, they're reporting to La Liga hoping that they will find something. But at the end of the day, they don't have the evidence to stop us from signing Nico Williams. It's just that them doing this shows you that this club will do anything to keep this player. They will do anything, including stooping this low. It's truly embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing. But this is the thing. Look at what my guy Gerard Moreno said here. Give me a second, guys. This is what Gerard Moreno said, guys. Look at what Gerard Moreno said. I'm going to read all of this. He said, Athletic Club have issued a statement referring to Barcelona and their 101 salary rule. But it seems that some people are confused about the release clause. Let's break it down in a simple way. A release clause is an emergency exit written in the player's contract. In Nico Williams' case, his release clause is 62 million euros. If that is paid, the player can leave, even if the club doesn't want him to. There is no need for negotiations or permission, and you must be able to pay the amount. That is the end of it. Think of it. Think of it like owning a Messi-like shirt for his last match at the Camp Nou, and then you hang it and you say not for sale, but also add that if someone gives me 62 million, they can take it. Someone rich comes along, gives you the money, and then you respond, no, not him. I don't like the person. He paid. Basically, okay, so let me read this properly. It says, if someone gives me 62 million, they can take it. Then someone rich comes along and gives you the money, then you respond, no, not him. I don't like that person. Well, he paid. You didn't want the part. If you didn't want the part of it, you shouldn't have put the price. You should have put the price at 300 million. Good point. Right? Let's continue. Now, in Bilbao's statement, they stated that they are confused on our business and someone should verify if Barcelona are complying with the 101 rule. So basically, long story short, they don't know anything about their business and they're just assuming because they're very confused. They're like, hold a minute, wait a minute. You guys are saying this, but then they're still signing this, so we don't understand what is going on. All right, cool, whatever. Right? But that's nothing to do with the release clause. The release clause can be paid by the player on his behalf. Yeah, the release clause is paid by the player on his behalf. And in his process that happens outside of La Liga supervision. What is under La Liga's control is the official registration to the player, to the club. Yes, they must comply with the 101 rules, Saraleka and FFP rules. These are two separate issues. Barcelona could walk away to La Liga office tomorrow and say, for fuck's sake. Sorry, guys. Please, guys, don't call me when I'm streaming. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue, right? But La Liga could walk into Barcelona could walk into La Liga's office tomorrow and say, "Here's 62 million for Nico." At that moment, Nico becomes free. If Atleti don't like it, well, they should. Even if they release a statement calling Tebas Batman, my cousin's daughter, or anyone else. If Barcelona later can't register him because of financial registration, that's their own problem. It's like buying an 82-inch TV and realizing it doesn't fit through your front door when you bring it home. Whose fault is that? Yours? You shouldn't have measured it. You should have measured it on the doorway first. The same applies here. If Barcelona paid the release clause, Nico is free. If they can't register him afterwards, that's entirely on to them. So to be clear, the 101 doesn't prevent the club from paying the release clause. It's not illegal, it's not unethical, and it's definitely not cheating. It is perfectly legal signed mechanism in modern day football. If it bothers you, next time put the release clause at 300 million. Long story short, guys, what Gerard Moreno is saying here is, you fucked up. You fucked up because you didn't put the release clause at an astronomical rate to a point where the club could not go out and do this. You basically fucked up. This is why, guys, they were trying to give him a new contract. Why do you think Athletic Bilbao were willing to give him all of that money, guys? Why do you think Bro, they know they fucked up. They know that the release clause is low and Barcelona don't have to negotiate with them because they don't want to sell Nico. But the problem is, in La Liga, every club, every player in every single club has a release clause. Every single player. It's a rule that is enforced by La Liga. Every player has a release clause. Do you understand what I mean, right? And Nico Williams is no exception. At the end of the day, Yamal at Barcelona has a release clause. His release clause is 1 billion. 1 billion. Why do you think we gave him a 1 billion? Because we have no choice. We have to give him a release clause. We don't want to give him a release clause, but the rule of La Liga states we have to give him a release clause. Now, just because he has a release clause doesn't mean we have to make it cheap. And we understood that as a club. We understood that at the end of the day, we don't want to sell Nico Williams. We don't want to sell Lamine Yamal. So guess what? We'll give him a release clause. But we'll give him a release clause that we know nobody is going to be able to afford. So now guess what? If any club wants to buy Nico Williams, if anyone wants to buy Yamal, they will have to negotiate with Barcelona. And Barcelona, if they don't want to sell, don't have to sell. And this is the problem that Athletic Bilbao are in. Athletic Bilbao this is why for any of you guys who are sitting here watching, right, who are looking at this saying, well, this must mean that the deal then is not going to happen. Guys, at the end of the day, whether we can register Nico Williams or not, it's not going to change the fact that we can still sign the guy. I don't know why people, you know what the problem is? Some fans are just fickle. They have zero ball knowledge. They don't do their own digging. They hear something and then they go along with it. And then when they realize they make a mistake, they just go hiding like a bunch of cowards. You understand what I mean, right? They go hiding like a bunch of cowards, hoping that people will forget that they once, trolled and laughed at other people. And then sit down and just act like, oh yeah, we never said that. It's truly embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing because here's the thing. At the end of the day, people can cry, people can bitch, people can moan, people can say whatever they want in the chat. Guys, at the end of the day, Barcelona don't have to talk to Athletic Bilbao. Whether we register Nico Williams or not, that is not their problem. The moment that release clause is triggered, he is no longer a Bilbao player. And there is nothing they can do about it. There is absolutely nothing they can do about it. So if we struggle to register him, fair, that's just tough luck for Barca. But that is not your problem, Athletic Bilbao. That is not your problem, right? So this is why when people ask, this is why, I know Touchline is in the chat asking me why I'm calling them a pathetic club. This is why, bro, because this is not going to work. They can't, there's nothing they can do about this. They can't stop us from triggering the buyout clause. This is just them delaying the inevitable. And we've already been hearing so many news coming out of Barcelona, right? That Barcelona plan on triggering the buyout clause. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Look, Barcelona have set a deadline they've set a deadline to July 6th to pay the release clause. Barcelona themselves have put a deadline to trigger the release clause on July 6th. That's basically next week. So some point next week, we will trigger the buyout clause of 62 million. There is absolutely nothing that this club can do about it. There's absolutely nothing they can do. They can cry, they can bitch, they can moan. At the end of the day, they can't even sell Nico Williams to another club. Why? Because at the end of the day, guess what? Even if they do agree terms with another club, Nico Williams doesn't have to agree terms with that club. He can just say, well, listen, I'm not going to that club. You can't force me to leave. You can't force me to leave. Like, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, Nico Williams can sit there and say, well, it doesn't matter. You can try to sell me over there. Guess what? Barcelona will trigger the buyout clause. If they trigger the buyout clause, guess what? Guess what? I can reject that club and just go to Barca. So all of these things that Athletic Bilbao are doing, it really doesn't change anything. And that's what makes this pathetic. Because them thinking that reporting us for the 101 rule salary cap bullshit, like that is going to change, all of a sudden that's going to stop Barcelona from signing Nico Williams, is stupid. Because here's the thing. Even if we trigger the buyout clause and we cannot register Nico Williams, right? Even if we cannot register him ASAP, guess what, guys? We've just left, Ansu Fati has just left the club. Pablo Torre is about to leave the club. Iñaki Peña is going to be leaving the club. One of Christensen and Araujo could probably leave this club this season. We have so many players who are going to be leaving this season. There's going to be so much space for registration. So it really doesn't matter. We don't have to register Nico Williams right away. We can sign him, sign the contract, and just wait. Wait until one of the players that leaves, and then there you go, registration. This guy is getting registered for Ansu Fati. It's that simple. So this is all I'm going to say right now, guys. For every one of you guys who are very much a mark, not Barca fans, because let's be honest, some people are just haters. People like to cry, people like to bitch, people like to moan, people like to see my club downfall, bro. Guess what, guys? Keep waiting. Keep waiting. At the end of the day, I'm not worried. The reason I've been talking about this, it's not because I'm worried. I genuinely mean this, guys. I'm not worried at all about this deal. The reason why I'm really talking about this is because at the end of the day, it's just that this club is just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing how desperate these guys are. They know they can't keep this guy. So what they're going to do is they're trying to crush his dreams. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to crush his dreams and hopefully, see what they can do. But guess what? It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter. Nico Williams will be joining Barcelona next season. And there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys are saying about this. I see a lot of you guys here. Big up to my brother here. Big up to you, bro. He says, sit there and says we don't do release clause at our club. Every La Liga team has release clauses. Facts. Guys, let me tell you something. Every player that you see in La Liga, every player every player, from Vinicius Jr. to Lamine Yamal to Kylian Mbappe to flipping Pedri, every player that is in the league has a release clause. Now here's the thing. Football clubs have the choice of how much they want the release clause to be. Do you understand what I mean? Our release clause is all Pedri, Yamal, all of these guys, their release clause is over $1 billion. That shows you every club can choose what they want the release clause to be. Nico Williams' release clause is $62 million. That is the amount that Athletic Bilbao chose. And now they realize they don't have a choice. Listen, and I know one of you guys in the chat, I just saw it, one of you in the chat put it in the chat. Barcelona, if you all remember, in 2017, when Neymar left the club, we didn't want to sell Neymar. Neymar was the golden boy. We wanted to keep the guy. But do you know what happened? He had a release clause in his contract, which means that PSG didn't have to talk to Barca. They didn't have to tell Barcelona, yo, we're going to trigger the buyout. They didn't have to have any business with Barca. All they had to do is to go to the Spanish bank and trigger the buyout clause and say, yo, 222 million, here it is. He's officially a free agent. There's nothing you can do about it at Barcelona. What are you going to do? It's that simple. It is that simple. We tried everything to keep Neymar. We tried everything. Just like a little people are trying right now. We tried everything to keep Neymar. But guess what? Neymar was going to go. And we had to accept it. Because a release clause is a release clause at the end of the day. And it is that simple. So yeah. As far as these guys are concerned, keep crying, keep bitching, keep moaning. Nothing is going to change. Nico Williams will be a Barca player next season. And there's only two things you can do about it. Nothing and like it. Anyway. Let's keep going. It says, keep the fan on and turn up the mic. Yo, my mic was already loud. My mic was extremely loud, so it didn't matter. Anyway, let's continue. It says, talking about the Bilbao bitch of a president crying over the phone. Bro, we will drink. Let me tell you something. We, my friends, me, you, Catalan, all the people in the chat. We got 29 people in here. I see every one of you guys here. Yo, 23 likes, man. Big up to you guys. Smash the likes. Get us to 30 likes soon. But that tastes good. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bilbao tears. When we trigger that buyout clause, ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing a stream. And that whole stream, I'm not talking about anything else but trolling Bilbao. Because this is a bitch move. Anyway, let's move. Let us move. Yeah, listen, Catalan. My guy, we all know I live rent-free in Touchline's head. We all know, man. The moment Touchline saw the thumbnail today and saw the title, he thought I was going to come here and I was going to say, the Nico Williams deal is in trouble and we might not sign him after saying that we're going to sign him. Well, tough shit, Touchline. I am closer to signing my player than you ever will. Okay? Because unlike me, right, you don't have a release clause to look at. You have to pray to God that Brentford are merciful enough to say, you know what, you can have our player. We are not the same, bro. I have the pull. You don't. It is what it is. So yeah, it is what it is. Keep crying, bro. We will be here to drink the tears, man. Nico Williams doesn't need anybody's permission to join Barcelona. Barca gave him his release clause. He deposited for Bilbao. Thank you. Honestly, guys, the reason I'm honestly talking about this is because I really just wanted to just talk about Bilbao. I'm not even talking about the move anymore. I'm dead ass being serious. It's not the move that bothers me. I'm not worried about the move. I'm just surprised that these guys thought this was gonna work. You understand what I mean? Like all of a sudden, what? La Liga are gonna say, oh, well, you can't register him, so you can't trigger the buyout clause. No, we can because the season hasn't started yet. Registration for La Liga isn't here yet until next 2 months. We still have a lot of time to register Nico Williams. So yeah, you keep crying, it doesn't matter. We're gonna sign him anyway. You feel me? So I just don't get it, man. Anyway, it says snitches get stitches. Facts. Anyway, let's keep going. It says touchline. All you can say is all that you can say is lose to Spurs in the final. Hold that, bro. Let me tell you something, guys. Touchline has no life, unfortunately, guys. When you're talking to a guy like Touchline, right? You gotta understand, bro. This brother suffers every day as a United fan. That's why he's always trying to talk about other clubs, bro. That's why he's always like, why do you guys think he's always on other people's channels trolling others? Because, dude, he needs to be happy because United are not making him happy. Look at Touchline when he's on his channel, bro. Honestly, look at him on his channel, bro. Whenever he's doing news on Nico, I'm sorry, on players. Every time, he's always looking stressed. Why? He tries to do this. You know what's funny about Touchline, right? Bless him. Sometimes he does this thing where he's trying to be positive, but you can just see his body language just screams. He doesn't believe all the shit that's coming out of his mouth. So yeah, it is. It says United getting rejected by a Brentford player. Bro, let me tell you something. We are on Football Mania. This brother better hope to God, right? He better hope to God that they get the Mbeumo move happen. Because I'm telling you right now, this brother thinks he can come here and try to troll me. He doesn't. You guys have, for those of you Mess, you're on the heavyweight show. You know how much I cook Touchline. You understand what I mean, right? Mess, you know this, bro. We all know, bro. Nobody rattles Touchline like me. I've rattled this brother so much, he complains to me, to everybody. I'm dead ass serious. Everyone who's mutual friends with me always tells me that this guy's always complaining about me. I live rent-free in this brother's head. I'm the only one that can really, really, really get under this guy's skin. You understand what I mean? I'm the only one that can really get on this guy's skin. And he knows it. That's why in the end, he's always trying to do these things. He thinks that by saying the things he's saying that he's... Dude, you don't even know what is going on. You don't even know the story behind this thing. You just saw Atletico Bilbao, a pathetic club, and you thought, oh, the Nico Williams deal might probably not happen. Oh, I'm going to come here and troll with... Look at him. He's in the group chat right now talking about celebrating like the deal isn't going to happen. Man, listen, Touchline. I know you're probably gone already, but I'm just going to tell you this, brother. I'm not worried, bro. Because when we sign Nico Williams, we will be in the heavyweight show. And I will remember, and I'll put the clip of the group chat where you were talking about corrupt club and all that. Listen, bro, you can cry, bitch, and moan. This is the difference between me and you, bro. One thing that I can never say, right? No. Bro, Touchline is calm. I am not. Do you understand what I mean, right? You know what, man? All right. I'm done. Wesley, I see what time you're on, bro. I'm not in that mood today. I see what you're doing, bro. I'm moving on. Anyways, let's move on, guys. I'm dead serious. See, this is the thing, guys, right? Sometimes, here's the thing, right? Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but sometimes, bro, I'm not an idiot. I'm telling you guys right now, I am not an idiot. Okay? Some of these people some of you guys that come to the chat, right? You guys don't come here just to have an argument. No, you come here with the sole purpose of being heard. You understand what I mean, right? You want to basically make things about you. Fine, bro. At the end of the day, guess what? Other channels available. Next time, Wesley, if you're on the heavyweight show, you can go down there and troll me if you want, bro. But guess what, bro? On my channel, bro, I have the power here. I don't have to listen to you if I don't want to, right? Because sometimes you be coming here and you're in the mood to actually be serious, and then sometimes you come here, you come to the show, and then you just come here just to try to either get the audience rattled or get me rattled, and I'm not in the mood for that, bro. Okay, bro? We're here to share opinions, not to try to make things all about us. And if that is your and if that's the mood you're in, dude, go do that somewhere else, man. I mean this. I don't care. Barcelona, Madrid fans, everybody's welcome here. Madrid fans come here. Yes, Madrid fans are trolls. But you know what it is, right? Even guys like Havertz, right, who are Madrid fans, they rattle me, but this is the thing. They're not making it all about themselves. You like making things about you. That's why you come here and you say the things that you know the chat is going to be coming at you, getting angry with you, rattling you, getting under your skin, right? You're trying to get under my skin, getting under people's skin. Bro, I'm not interested. I mean this for everyone here in the chat. Everyone here can have any opinion. You don't have to agree with anything I said at all. I don't care, bro. Your opinion, I'm here to listen to everyone's opinion. But if I know that you're saying things with the sole purpose of trying to get under my skin, I'm not listening to you. Straight up. I'm not listening to you. Because you're trying so hard to just say things that you know is gonna get my attention. And I'm not gonna budge. So yeah, man. Let's just continue. Anyway, like I said, at the end of the day, when it comes to touchline, he can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. Listen, bro, here's the difference between me and you, bro. One thing I can say about my club, you can say, oh, your club is broke alone, all of this stuff. Here's the thing, bro. One thing I can never say about my club is that my club is irrelevant. Even when we were broke, we were still able to sign players. Okay, bro? Lewandowski left Bayern Munich to join Barcelona when we were broke. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? Bro, you cannot convince a player. You got rejected by Gyökeres, bro. Gyökeres literally sat there. You know what's funny, right? Even if you guys sign Gyökeres, bro, at the end of the day, guess what? We all know that you're not his first choice. That is the facts. Guess what, bro? Even when we were broke, Lewandowski chose us as his first choice. We were his first choice. He could have joined any club he wanted. He chose us. Us! When we were broke and we weren't competing with Real Madrid, he said, yeah, he'll come to us. You guys finished 15th and you're getting rejected by Delap. You're getting rejected by Mbeumo. Now you're getting rejected by Gyökeres. See, this is the point, isn't it, guys? How can I be rattled? Honestly, guys, how can I be rattled by a guy who supports a club like that? The thing with Touchline is, Touchline has never seen the best version of Manchester United because he was too young. The brother is 19, guys. The brother is 19, okay? Let me put this into context. When we won the first season I watched football was probably the year I think Touchline was born. Okay? This brother wasn't old enough to remember the Champions League win, United's Champions League win in 2008. I do. This guy's not old enough to remember the two finals against Barcelona. He's too young, bro. He doesn't remember those. He talks about remembering the league title. Bro, you're too young, bro. You're too young. Okay, bro? You don't know the aura, bro. You probably didn't even know what the league title was. You just saw everybody celebrating and you just joined the celebration. You don't know what that life, bro. You don't know that life, bro. Okay, bro? All you've ever known in your life is FA Cups, Carabao Cups. You've never seen your club compete in your life as a fan, of an actual fan, when you really start watching this club regularly. You don't. You don't. So yeah, man. Keep crying, keep bitching, keep moaning, keep telling yourself that you're supporting a club. The fact is, the club that you support, the United you support, are irrelevant and finished. They're finished. So yeah, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, big up to Benny. Says both teams don't claim Spain. Sit back. They just back them. Yeah, it is what it is. Listen, like I mentioned, I used to have a lot of respect for Bilbao. And here's the thing. I don't necessarily... Okay, so I'm going to just say this. I personally don't... I wouldn't necessarily say that I dislike them now. Or I can't stand them. Or, oh yeah, I have no respect for the club. Because I have a respect for the club itself. I don't respect the people that run the club. Because they're just spineless, man. Big up, Karim. At the end of the day, Nico Williams will be a Barca player. Facts. Remember when no one thought no one could pay the Neymar release clause? Facts. And then guess what? They paid the release clause and we just had to accept it. We just had to accept it. We weren't happy to get rid of him. But brother, we had to accept it. And that's the problem with Nico. This is why this whole thing makes no sense. Because I don't know what they think is going to happen if they report this for the round one rule. Like, that is going to stop us from signing them. The 101 rule has nothing to do with the release clause. There's no rule that states that Barcelona cannot trigger the release clause even if they are not below the 101 rule. It just states that we can register him, which, by the way, we don't have to register him right away. So we can just sign him and just sit there and wait until we sell our best players and sell a lot of players, and then boom. Simple. Dude, bro. We don't claim crybabies, man. Big up to Kule, man. He says, I have no problem with Athletic Bilbao, what Bilbao are doing. They're protecting themselves. It's a desperate attempt, yes, but they can do whatever they want. No, see, this is the thing, Kule, okay? I hear what you mean, Kule, but here's the problem with what they're doing, right? They are specifically trying to get, what they're trying to do is not even working. See, if they were trying to give him a new contract, right? Give him a desperate, like giving him a new contract, give him all of this money, trying to do everything and anything and everything to get this deal to happen. Even Kule, even if they try to sell Nico Williams, force him to go to Bayern Munich or force him to go to Arsenal, I personally wouldn't have had an issue with those things. You understand what I mean, right? Personally, that's fine. Remember when Leverkusen wanted to sell Florian Wirtz? This eventually sold him outside of Germany. If you guys remember, Wirtz wanted to go to Bayern Munich. Leverkusen didn't want to sell him to Bayern Munich. But here's the thing. They didn't go and report Bayern Munich to the Bundesliga. Do you understand what I mean, right? They understood that at the end of the day, Bayern Munich are not breaking any rules. They can just go and give them the money that they asked for. So what did they do? They put an astronomical price on Florian Wirtz because they didn't want him to go. So they put all these obstacles, and guess what? There's nothing wrong with it. So when it comes to Bilbao, of course, do whatever it takes to keep your player. You can do whatever you want. That's not the problem. It's when you do things like this that will serve no purpose other than just showing just how pathetic or out of touch you are. Because if they had known anything about 101 rule, they would have known that even if we report this to La Liga, there's nothing we can do. So that's what I mean, man. This saga is getting boring, man. Don't worry, man. It's going to be ending very soon. Don't worry about it, bro. Langley's wages is gone too. Guess what? Langley is gone. What's his name? Ansu now is officially gone. Right? We're not paying any of his wages, right? Pablo Torre is about to go. Iñaki Peña is about to go. We could be selling Araujo this season to Juventus. Like, bro, do you guys understand, bro? We have so many areas we can just go out and just buy players. Right? It doesn't matter, man. Anyway, big up to Street Fighter every time. It says, except for the club focus on improving quality after losing 7-1 to Man U. They are trying to block Barcelona from signing such a... wait a minute, it says, except for that club focus... instead, I think you meant to say instead of the club focusing on improving their quality after losing 7-1 to Man U, they are trying to block Barcelona from signing such a dumb club. Really makes no sense. Really makes no sense. Hey, listen, man. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, I guess. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, let's continue. We're not reading the Nick. Oh, yeah. Nico Williams regrets saying no. Yeah, exactly. I actually even have it here. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Look at this. Oh, by the way, guys, I also should show you what what's my guy said. Look at this, guys. Every single article that I've read have all said the same thing. Nico Williams regrets what happened last summer. I think this is true. I 100% believe this is true. The reason why I believe this is true is because if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, I think that he's looking at what Bilbao are doing, and he's realized that the club lied to him. Because you know what I honestly think, guys? You know what I honestly think? And this is not me. This is not confirmation. This is just my opinion. I think that Athletic Bilbao promised Nico Williams that he could leave this summer. I think they told him that he could leave this summer. I think they told him, listen, man, try to stay with us. Try to help us win the Europa League. We're hosting the Europa League final here in Bilbao. Please, please, stay here. Help us win the Europa League. And then guess what? Then you can leave next summer. And we will not get in your way. I think that is what happened. I think that's what happened. I think that is why he was open to rejecting, because he believed that this season they would let him leave. And now this whole thing is happening. I feel like now he's personally been hurt. You understand what I mean, right? Because we've seen that apparently, his family, just like last season, are trying their best to tell him to stay. But he's like, no. You guys know, last season I wanted to go. I'm leaving. I want to go. I want to go to Barça. You guys know I wanted to go to Barca last season. That's what I'm saying. That's why this is why specifically this season, his agent went to Barca. This is why his agent went to Barca, because this season, he was going to leave regardless if they won the Europa League or not. Do you understand what I mean, right? So when the season was over, he was trying to basically negotiate the deal and make sure that this guy, that he signs. And now Bilbao are doing this. So I feel like that's why they're saying that he's regret the move. They regret it, because it was easier for him to join last season than it is this season. You know what I mean? But yes, let's wait for Nico Williams. We Barca fans let's wait for Nico. We Barca fans talking too much. Hey, listen, man, we have our opinions, man. I feel like, people should have the right to say whatever they want. It says, it's getting boring, the Nico saga. Bro, it's going to end soon. I'm going to be very real, right? I am not worried, because I do believe this whole saga will end soon. Because we are 3 days away from the end of the month, right? So July 1st, we could just trigger the bio class. I think that all the things that you're going to be hearing from this whole thing is not going to change much. That's why I'm just talking about it now, because I'm going to be very real. This is not going to change anything. So, yeah, they can just say whatever they want, man. They can say whatever they want. Let's continue, man. It says, Omar, are those links to Cancelo true? Nah. Yo, big up to John Wick, man. Big up to you, bro. How you doing, man? I hope you're doing good, bro. It says, we don't need the 101 rule to pay the release class. Facts. I'm bored of this saga. We all know what the outcome is going to happen. Facts. I'm going to be very honest. This whole stream is just me dogging on Bilbao. Not even at the deal, because I'm not worried about the deal. How much would you pay for Nico Williams? The release clause, 62 million euros. Yo, big up, Mark. Big up to you, Mark. How you doing, man? How are you doing, bro? Visca Barça, man. Visca Barça. 58 million plus 4 million add-ons. Facts. There you go. There's big up to the chat. Let's enjoy the show. Appreciate you, man. Big up to every single one of you guys who are here. It says the salary. Anyways, it says Barca love drama. It's not us, man. People like to bring drama our way. It is what it is. How does Nico Williams improve Barca? Bro, he will improve us a lot. At the end of the day, we have a good attacking depth. He's going to just add into our academy depth. I don't want to see Kunde at centre-back. Too much bozo moments. There is no linebacker with the ball like Kobashi and Inigo. Yeah. That's why I would rather keep Christensen, man. Look up to Shaquille, man. It says, what fullback should we be going? So, right now, we're being linked to two fullbacks. So, the two fullbacks we're being linked to are Grimaldo and Van der Sen. So, Van der Sen, who plays he's a right back from Monaco. He's the Brazilian right back from Monaco. And obviously, Grimaldo, we know he's a left back from Leverkusen. And look, at the end of the day, the money that these guys are asking for, it's not really that much when you really think about the grand scheme of things. And also, guys, this is another important thing I forgot to mention. We could potentially be selling players, right, in the defensive positions. Like I mentioned, you've got Araujo who's been linked to Juventus. And also, not to mention, Gerard Martin. He's got a lot of suitors in the Premier League, right? Bournemouth are looking at him. Wolves are looking at him. Brighton are looking at him. You understand what I mean, right? Listen, at the end of the day, if we sell him and get a new fullback, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It doesn't really matter. It says Nico Williams will sign. Don't we are sign. We are going to pay the release on July 1st, which is on my birthday, by the way. Hey, listen, man, happy birthday in advance, man. Happy birthday in advance. Listen, don't worry, man. That's on Tuesday. If the release clause is triggered by the time I get to work, I'll do a live stream and make sure you're here, Street Fighter, man. We're gonna wish you happy birthday, bro. We're gonna wish you happy birthday, man. But yeah, listen. But anyways, that is the Nico Williams thing, the Nico Williams talk, guys. Let me know what you guys are saying about this move, guys, and what you guys think is going to happen, right? Honestly, for me, guys, I'm not worried. But listen, let's get to some actual positive news, okay, guys? Let's actually get to some positive. Hold on, let me read what some of you guys are saying here. Man says, Omar, Bilbao need to feel embarrassed with what they have done because the player trusted the club's word and they think. This is what I'm saying. This is why I said sometimes, bro, I hate it when players don't force moves out. Because I'm being dead serious, man. Sometimes these clubs are fucking fickle, man. They are fickle. They're fickle. They lie to their players. Like even Messi, even Barca are not exempt. Even Barca, we are not exempt. Do you guys remember what Bartomeu did to Messi back in 2020? Many people forget what happened with that whole situation. Because if you guys remember, after we lost 8-2 to Bayern, Messi wanted to leave. Messi had a deal in his contract which stated that in 2017 when he signed his new contract, he had a deal that stated he could leave any year that he wanted. If the season ended, he can say, yo, I'm leaving, and the club can't force him to stay. They can't even ask for money. He can leave on a free any year that he wanted, right? In that season in 2020, after we lost 8-2, his relationship with the board, Bartomeu, everybody who's engaged with the club had broken beyond repair. He didn't trust them, he didn't believe in them, and he wanted to go. Simple, straightforward. He wanted to leave, right? What did the club do? Our club, in an act of pathetic defiance by Bartomeu, went to man like Messi and said, we know we gave you that contract which states that you can leave at the end of the season, but technically the season kind of ended around June 30th, and if you guys see that we're already in July because of the whole pandemic thing, and technically we are in a new season even though the season just ended because of the pandemic. And basically, they tried to do this thing. Yo, big up to Michael in the chat. Big up Michael for the rate, man. Appreciate you for the rate. Thank you so much, man. Big up to every single one of you guys who are joining from the rate. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new, guys. But like I said, my guys, these guys tried so hard to convince Messi that the contract is null and void because, well, technically the season ended already, and it stated that he can only leave at the end of the season, which is June 30th. Now, here's the thing. The contract that Messi signed didn't state a date. It stated that he can leave at the end of the season. The season didn't end on June 30th in the 2020 season. Yo, big up to you, bro. Big up to Michael for the raid, right? The season did not end that season. That season did not end around that time. It ended around mid-July, early August is when the season ended. And here's the thing. Lionel Messi, if he wanted, could have taken Barca to court, and he would have won the case. He would have won the case because at the end of the day, it was a contract. His contract stated end of the season. It didn't state what date it had to be, right? But here's the thing. The frauds that run this club understood what kind of man Messi was. They knew Messi loved this club too much. he loved the club too much to take the club to court. That's not how he wanted his time at the club to end. He didn't want to have that bad taste in his mouth, and the club knew that. That's why when they said, "Yeah, we'll take it to court," Messi just said, you know what? Fine, I'll stay. I'll just stay until next season when my contract runs out." It's a disgrace. Every club does this, bro. They don't care about their players. They don't care about their players. They will give you all the promises. They will throw all this waffle in your ear. But truth be told, the club is always going to do the best interest of the club. Now, for us fans, we get it. But then again, we can't. It goes both ways. If a club promises a player something, the club have to own up to it. It's like this season, I think Hazard or Ronaldo's first season at United. He wanted to go to Real Madrid in 2008 after they won the Champions League. He tried everything to force the move. Guess what? Ferguson himself was the one who assured him. He said, "Yo, give me one season. That's all I ask. Give me one more season, and then after next season, you can go." Guess what? When that season in the 08-09 season, after that Champions League final, he left. The club didn't stand in his way because it was a promise between the manager and the player, and the manager owned up to his promise. You understand what I mean, right? That is what happens. It's just a gentleman's agreement. It's like, guys, remember the Harry Kane thing? I don't know if you guys remember Harry Kane, right? That whole situation, the gentleman's agreement he had with Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy wasn't planning on owning up to that. But in the end, guess what? When the money came in, he sold him. But yeah, it is what it is. Once Martin, Mats, and Araujo leave the club, I'm going to be happy, man. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, big up to Michael for the raid, man. Big up to you, bro. He says, I think the problem with Bilbao is that is not that Nico Williams is leaving, is that they don't want him to go to Barcelona. Well, that's not really a choice for them to make. You think we wanted to sell Luis Figo to Real Madrid? Do you think we wanted to let Luis Figo go to Real Madrid? We didn't. They are our biggest rivals, but guess what? He had a buyout clause. They didn't. Like, at the end of the day, Real Madrid never spoke to Barca. They just went to the bank, released bought out the release clause, and that's it. Luis Figo had to go to Real Madrid. So yeah, it's simple, man. Release. Nobody is exempt from triggering a release clause. Nobody. Big up to you. He says, big up, man. He says, what do you think? Will Nico join Barca next season? Just one answer, yes or no? Yes, he's gonna join us, man. He's gonna join us. Anyway, guys, I know we've spent so much time talking about this Nico Williams thing. Let's move on, guys. We spent over an hour just talking about Nico Williams. Let's actually move on to some news, some outgoings coming out of the club, guys. It's not actually such a big one, but one of the players, we have another player leaving the club, on the verge of leaving. Man like Pablo Torre, ladies and gentlemen. He says, big up to Barcelona Buzz. They basically came out and said, unless there is a late twist, Pablo Torre's transfer will cost $5 million, with Barca and Mallorca both holding 50% of his rights. The only detail is to finalize the deal for the buyback option. The personal terms between Pablo Torre and Mallorca is already done, and both clubs are working quickly to finalize the deal before June 30th. So, yet another one, ladies and gentlemen, who will be leaving, and another space for us to go out and register players, guys. We've already sold. Pablo Torre is about to go. Langley has already left. You understand what I mean, right? We got two positions and Ansu. Bro, we haven't technically even started the transfer window, and we've already gotten rid of 3 players. This is why when it comes to like the registration, it's gonna work. We're gonna register these guys, because bro, 3 players have already left the club. And this is the thing with the registration. Players have to leave so that other players can register, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? And look, Pablo Torre, my honest opinion on the kid, he's definitely got a lot of talent. You know, he's very young. He's still got a lot of time. You understand what I mean, right? The few times I actually watched him last season, I was very impressed with him. You know, he was a very, very good player. He performed well. You understand what I mean, right? He did his thing. He was always, you know, he wasn't really utilized that much. But the few times that he was utilized, he actually did well, right? Fair play to him, right? And I do believe that there's a baller in there, a very, very good player. So, listen, man, the move to Mallorca, it's not a bad move at all, right? At the end of the day, he's gonna go there, get some game time, and who knows? At the end of the day, I think that he has great potential, and as you guys can see, we have a buyback option in that contract. Why? Because the club believe in the player. The club believe in the player. The club believe that they have something special with this kid, right? And at the end of the day, he could end up becoming the next big thing if he goes to Mallorca. And if he cooks over there in Mallorca, who knows, man? Just like Ansu Fati, if he eventually does leave, you know, he has a future. He can always return back to the club at some point. But Pablo Torre, man, congratulations. At the end of the day, hopefully you go to Mallorca and you kill it. And also, guys, am I correct in saying, are Mallorca going to be in Europe next season? I believe that they are, aren't they? Hold on. Are Mallorca in? Hold on. Let me actually pull this up. Oh, actually, Mallorca are not. They finished 10th last season. So, I mean, to be fair, I don't know if you guys remember, but they were actually like in the European places around the tail end of the season. Do you guys remember at the first half of the season, they were actually like top 4? You remember when we beat them like 5-1 at the start of the season around November? They were actually top 4, right? They were around the European place, the Conference League. They kind of had a poor run around the end of the season. That's why they kind of, fell off and didn't make it outside. But yeah, man. Yo, 35 likes, man. Yo, we're almost at 40 likes. Get us at 40 likes, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys who are here. But yeah, exactly, man. They did miss out, unfortunately. But I think they just had a very, very bad run around the tail end of the season. So listen, at the end of the day, it's not a bad move for him. It's not a bad move for him because, listen, at the end of the day, these guys don't even have a bad team, really, right? They have, what's his name? The Canadian Laren in the team. They have Morici in the team, right? They have Sergi Dader. Isn't Dader playing there? Sergi Dader, from Espanyol, man, right? I think he's playing there, isn't he? Let me check. Let me check. Give me a second. So yeah, they finished 10th. And they were very close too, when you really think about it. Look at that. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the where is ah sorry guys. Give me a second. I'm telling you, man, SofaScore sometimes annoys the hell out of me, man. Flip's sake. You wanna put it on big screen, but you always have to press the hell out of the thing. So alright, here it is. Alright, I mean, look at the squad that they have. They have a very, very good team, to be fair, right? And that's why I believe that, he definitely could make it over there. Because, they do have a very, very good team. Anyway, give me a second. It says Morici, panel, properties, Mallorca squad. There you go. I mean, there you go, guys. Look at this. Look at that squad, guys. Look at the Mallorca squad, right? They have a lot of good players. Le Roman, he's a very good goalkeeper. Very good keeper, right? He was another one. He alongside Joan Garcia, they had a great season. They have Mateo Morey, who's a former Dortmund man. Pablo Maffeo, who's a good player. I read this guy, the Slovakian guy that they have here, right? Tony Lato, he's a good one. Very, very good player. Omar Mascarell, right? Good midfielder. Sergio Dader, there you go, right? They have Samu in their team, all right? Danny Gonzalez, Takuma Asano, very, very good player. Yeah, I know this guy. I think this guy was in Watford a few years ago, right? And then look at that. They've got Morici, Larin, and Pratt. I mean, to be fair, like, for mid-table team, they have a very, very good mid-table team. And listen, he's got a lot of time. He can still go out there and perform well. You understand what I mean, right? And I think more than anything else, what Pablo Torre needs is just game time. You understand what I mean, right? Because, listen, man, at Barcelona, you really have to... You really, really, really have to stand out from the youngsters to really get a chance. Look at last season. Even players like Gavi didn't really get a lot of opportunity. I know Gavi was injured for most of last season, but even he struggled. You know what I mean? A little bit, right? There's a lot of like players in the team that they don't really make it at the club. You think about players like Abde, Iliash, right? You know, you even look at players like Cucurella who are at Chelsea who are cooking, right? At the end of the day, you really have to stand out. Like players like Pedri, they had to stand out from the moment they came in. Yamal had to stand out from the moment he came in. Even guys like Fermin, right? They stood out, but even they are not guaranteed places in this team. You understand what I mean, right? So they just have to keep, doing their thing, playing football. You understand what I mean, right? And for players like Pablo Torre, there's still time for them. So go to Bilbao, play some football, and listen, I hope you cook over there because I really do believe that this kid is that good. I think this kid I really like this kid, man. The few times I saw him last season, I was very impressed with him. I was kind of bummed out that he wasn't really given a lot of opportunities by Flick. Says, big up to Barça React, man. Big up to Jonas, man. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Says, yo, big up to, says Omar, big up to Yunus, says Pablo Torre should leave. Yeah, he's on his way out. He says, no, they just missed out. Yeah, I just saw that. Says, yo, Omar, you know what's interesting? Papa Perez is going to be closing out the roofs. Tebas and that Paella pricking his nose at other club. Now Bilbao's president is crying like a bitch. Bro, I'm telling you, man, La Liga is, bro, you know what that is? One thing I learned about our league, bro. Our league is just full of crybabies, man. It really is. No, just think about it, guys. Right? Just think about this for 1 second, guys. We actually have a very pathetic league, don't we, bro? Why is it that everybody in this league just likes to cry, man? On the real, right? Everybody just loves crying in this league, right? If it's not Tebas who's complaining whenever Barcelona somehow get things done, or Real Madrid complain about referees on Real Madrid TV and all of that shit. Or, this is the best one, right? You got Bilbao now trying to complain. You know what it is, right? These clubs, you know what the difference between complaining and being a crybaby? When you complain about something that you know you have a very much leverage on, it's different, right? You can complain about something if you have leverage and say, well, I know this person is breaking the rules. I have this evidence. It's right here. The proof is right here, guys. See? I can prove it to you all. He's breaking the rules. You guys can see it. But no, these guys do this. They're like, he's breaking the rules. Okay. How do you know that? I just know. No, but how do you know? I just know. Just believe me. Just trust me. Trust me. I'm telling you, man. He broke the rules. Do you have any evidence to prove that he broke the rules? No, man. I'm telling you, bro. He broke the rules. This is how these people sound like, bro. They just sit there and say things, and they are so passionate in the way they say it. They're shocked that other people don't believe it because, I don't know why everyone's believing. I'm telling you, these guys cheated. Where's the evidence? I just know. Okay, you just know. All right, man. You're gonna need more than that to be able to convince us. Barcelona need a midfield to deputize for Pedri whenever he's not in midfield. I'm not a Gavi fan. Just the drop off is massive. I don't think Pedri can do. I don't think Gavi can do Pedri's job. I agree with that. We'll see what happens. But I don't think Barcelona are going for a midfielder this season. No. Don't sweat it, Omar. You can have the English Nico Williams for 40 millions. He's dying to join you. Please help a brother out, please, man. Hey, listen, man. Listen. Respectfully, X, you are my guy, but bro, he's not in our top wish list. He's part of it. He's part of it, but he's not at the top of the wish list. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's other areas that we need to work on. You understand what I mean, right? Before we really talk about man like Rashford. Listen, but I do know he is trying his best to get this deal done. I definitely know that. I definitely know that. Anyway, well, listen, guys. Speaking of potential departures, ladies and gentlemen, there's another one that is not in the topics here. But listen, let's actually talk about it, guys. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This brings a smile to my face. Because, guys, news that just came out about 24 hours ago, guys. Real Betis have emerged a serious keyword, guys. serious suitors for Barcelona star facing summer departure. In short, they are interested in bringing in Iñaki Peña to that club, Real Betis. Now, there's only one thing I need to say. I really couldn't care less how much Real Betis offer us. Bro, offer me 1,500,000 if you want, right? Offer us 200,000. I don't care, bro. I do not care. Please, for the love of God, please, please get this guy out of my club, man. I really, you know, all this talk that's been happening has made me forget that this guy is still here, you know. I'm being that serious. You hearing all this, the Stegen talk, Chesney talk, right? Nico Williams, can he, won't he? I've actually forgotten that this guy is still here. He's another one that needs to go. He's another one that needs to go, bro. And listen, man, because here's the thing. I don't want Ter Stegen to stay, but brother, this guy was acting like a bitch the whole of last season. I couldn't wait to see the back of this guy at the end of the season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a reality, or it is close to being a reality, guys. Please, man, please. Listen, I don't care how much they offer us, bro. I don't care, bro. Just not having to see this brother's face next season is enough for me, guys. Get him out of the club, guys. I'm being dead serious, man. It is what it is. And like I said, man, Betis, they're looking at it. And listen, I don't really know much. I don't know. Let me actually see. I mean, it's quite interesting that Betis, they're looking at bringing in Iñaki Peña. Listen, it's not even a bad move. Let's be real here. This is not a bad move at all. I mean, listen, to be fair, I'll say this about these guys, right? If you look at their team, maybe they need a new keeper. Maybe they do need a new keeper, guys. Says Peña or Ter Stegen. Who would you rather get rid of? Personally, if I had to choose between the two ex-later, it would probably be Ter Stegen because of his wages. But truth be told, I wouldn't mind get rid of both and bring Astralaga from the academy, man. Make him the number 2. I mean, we've already got Chesney, so we can have Joan Garcia, Chesney, and Astralaga, man. Get rid of both. Honestly, man. Just get rid of both of them, man. Seriously. Anyway, take a look at this, guys. Look at this Bilbao. This Betis team. I mean, to be fair, look at the Betis goalkeeping options. They've got Guillermo Rodriguez, Francisco Fuentes. They've got Adrian, who's their number 1, right? And they've got Alvaro Valles in their team. Now, when you look at those options, this is probably why they're trying to just sign him. It says Betis just signed Valles, so the interest might not be that much. Hey, listen, I don't care, bro. That's why it's Street Fighter. I don't really care how much we sell him for. You understand what I mean? This is why I don't really care how much we get rid of him for, bro. Please. Here's the thing, man. Adrian is a bum. The guy's a bum, man. Get rid of, you don't even need him as your number 2. Bring in Iñaki Peña, right? And where did they sign this Alvaro Valles anyways? Where did they sign him from? Let me see. Oh, he's from Las Palmas. I mean, to be fair, he's an experienced goalkeeper. But listen. Let's see. I'll say this to you, Street Fighter. Would you rather have a player of Iñaki Peña's stature, former Barcelona goalkeeper, or a goalkeeper that just conceded about 100 goals this season? I'm just saying, man, it's a no-brainer if you really think about it. I mean, look at that, right? My guy conceded. Let me actually look at Valles again. Give me a second. This guy last season, he conceded 44 goals. And to be fair, that's actually quite impressive. But yeah, I mean, listen, man. Would you rather have a player that conceded 44 goals, or would you rather have a former Barcelona number 1? Because he was a Barca number 1. Maybe not for a long time, but he was. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm just saying, man. It's a no-brainer for me, man. It really is a no-brainer. So listen, man, get him out of the books. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you offer us, man. Like I'm at a point now. I really just want to get rid of this guy. I don't care, man. You understand what I mean? I don't care. It is what it is. But yeah, But yeah, just get him out of the club, man. For God's sake. Anyway, let's keep reading what some of you man are saying in the chat. Oops, sorry. You know, look up to my guy says, Exeter says, I'm desperate, brother. Bro, I thought Villa were also looking at him. I mean, this is the thing. If you guys are so desperate, man, why are you guys waiting for Barcelona when you know Barcelona is not a first option for us, right? I think Unai Emery is interested in bringing him back. Like, you guys should be talking to him. Madrid fans call Guardiola a monkey. Absolute disgrace. I don't remember that. Yo, big up to you, NJ, bro. Big up to you, man. Oh yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. I spoke to when I was on Gunner's channel recently. We had talked about this, man. He doesn't like this move happening. Now, personally for me, I don't want him to go there either. However, I don't know, man. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like maybe he will probably be a Griezmann replacement, possibly. But then again, he does play on the left, so yeah, maybe not. Maybe Simeone is gonna be playing him out on the left. Maybe he's gonna be playing him out on the left. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, listen, guys. I do want to talk about quickly, guys. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, guys. Let's talk about man like Luis Diaz, guys. Now, I'm gonna talk about Luis Diaz because I'm not even gonna get into this, right? Now, we all know Nico Williams is probably gonna join. However, Luis Diaz, I don't think he's giving up on this move, man. He really wants to join us, and all the news outlets that have been coming out in Spain the past few hours has been apparently that, you know, I don't know if you guys have seen this, right? Have you guys seen this picture? Luis Diaz and Dani Olmo are currently on holiday at Ibiza together. And this picture kind of went viral because we all know that this guy is being linked to our club right now, right? He's one of those players who's been linked to the club, right? And truth be told, I'm just sitting. I don't even have a lot of like energy for this move anymore, because here's the thing: at the end of the day, nothing really is gonna change. Nothing really is gonna change, guys. He's not gonna join us because I know he wants the move. But unlike Nico Williams, who has a release clause, this guy doesn't have a release clause. We have to negotiate with Liverpool, and Liverpool are not budging. So, hey, listen, man. I'm not gonna hold too much weight on this whole situation. I'm not. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We've already moved on, and I'm happy where we moved on because that's the smart thing to do. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Luis Diaz and Dani Olmo, yeah, I'm sure he probably told him, yeah, he wants to join Barcelona. He's doing everything he wants. He's doing whatever it takes. It doesn't really matter. You understand what I mean, right? It doesn't really matter. I'm not worried about this. At the end of the day, the fact that, I'm just happy more than anything else that we didn't spend all of this time just focusing on Luis Diaz. Because that would have really annoyed me. You understand what I mean? Like, that would have really annoyed me just to know that at the end of the day, we're doing the Nico Williams part 2. You understand what I mean, right? So, at the end of the day, the club deciding to do this, it really doesn't matter to me, man. It really doesn't matter to me. So, the club moving on, I'm happy about it. Luis Diaz, look, man. Maybe not this season, man. Maybe next season. Maybe next season, man. Maybe if you don't sign a new contract, maybe they might be open to selling you. But yeah, we've moved on from you, man. But hopefully he's having a good time with man like Dani Olmo, right? And listen, man, I'm sure everything. I'm sure he's having a good time. But we've kind of moved on, man. Life goes on, really. Anyways, but listen, man, I'm gonna finish. Obviously, guys, because you guys see it down there in the topics, guys. We're gonna talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, a picture speaks more than 1,000 words, guys. Doesn't that picture just look pretty? Doesn't that just look pretty on him, guys? Doesn't it? Like, look at that, guys. Man like Lamine Yamal. is officially going to be Barca's number 10 next season. And it's really a no-brainer. I think anyone, I'm sure even non-Barca fans probably knew after Ansu left it, he was probably going to inherit the number 10. And listen, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you all, I don't think anybody in the Barcelona team can carry the weight of the number 10 more than him right now. Even to tell you the truth, players like Ansu, I remember when he was given the number 10, I didn't think that, I didn't think he was really ready to be given the number 10. You understand what I mean, right? Because he had potential and he was cooking, but I hadn't really seen him do it in the world stage. I hadn't really seen him do it for club and country. I hadn't really seen him do all of that. You understand what I mean, right? Like I've seen Yamal show me, for the past 2 years. You understand what I mean, right? And if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys, this is a no-brainer. I'm glad that he's getting the number 10. I think that out of anyone in this team right now, he's the one that deserves the number 10 the most. And listen, at the end of the day, the decision had been planned for months, exactly. So I think a lot of Barca fans, we already knew he was going to wear the number 10 next season. So basically, at the end of the day, when the numbers are reshuffled, he's going to get the number 10. And listen, apparently from what I've been seeing here, apparently he's gonna get the number 10. Basically, you see, it says Barcelona will not reveal Yamal's new number 10 until his 18th birthday in July. His contract renewal and shirt will be announced that day. So, as you guys know, guys, my guy Lamine has already agreed terms with the club. He will be signing a new deal, and I think it just makes sense, doesn't it? It really makes sense because at the end of the day, he signed a new contract. His birthday is coming in the next few weeks, right? He can literally sign the contract, and then on like the celebrate on like what we do whenever big players sign new contracts and put it like, oh yeah, he signed a new deal, right? He can show the new Yamal 10, man. And I'm telling you, man, that shirt is absolutely going to sell, man. The moment that Yamal 10 shows up, it's gonna absolutely sell like that over there in Spain, right? But I'm very, very happy about this, right? At the end of the day, it's well deserved. It's well deserved. I think more than anything else, what we're showing is we're showing Lamine that this is your team now. You now carry the legacy, because this shirt, guys, is a heavy, heavy, heavy shirt. Do not get it twisted. This is why when Ansu got it, I was very worried. Even though he was doing well, I was like, brother, this shirt has a lot of responsibility, bro. This shirt is not just a shirt. It carries a lot of responsibility. Do you understand what I mean, yeah? It really, really does, right? Before you, Lionel Messi carried this shirt, and he put a lot of respect on the shirt. Big up to Miguel in the chat. Big up to you, bro. Right? Before him, it was Ronaldinho who wore the 10. Carried that 10 with pride for so many years. And before him, it was Rivaldo. Was it Rivaldo? Was it Rivaldo who wore the number 10? Let me actually, I want to make sure I get these. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna type this. Who are the list of Barca's number 10? List of Barca players who wore the number 10. Barca players who wore number 10. Who wore 10? Look at this. I'm looking. Wait, you said you didn't play for Barca? What the hell? So yeah, Rivaldo, I'm right. Yeah, Rivaldo did wear the number 10, right? And before him, players like Laudrup, I know he's a scum, but he also wore the number 10. Diego Maradona also wore the number 10, right? The number 10 is a shirt that has been synonymous with the best players usually at Barcelona for decades. Absolutely, for decades, bro. Right? So when players in Barcelona wear the number 10 shirt, it's a heavy shirt. It shows that you are now the guy. You are one of the stars. Whenever we need something, bro, we're gonna be looking at you. This is why if you look at Ansu Fati's time, right? For such a long time, he was always the golden boy. But when they gave him number 10, now everyone really started watching him. So when he had all his injuries, the pressure was on him to see what he could do if he came back from injuries. Do you understand what I mean, right? But for me, with Yamal, what Yamal has shown me is that this brother is not afraid of pressure. He look at the pressure that he's in at Barca, bro, last season. Look at the pressure that he was with Spain. This guy has been thriving under pressure for so long. It really, really is a no-brainer for me to why we've decided to give him the number 10 shirt, right? Because more than anyone else, he deserves it, right? And not to mention, he is Barca's golden boy. He is our superstar. He is the face of Barcelona. You understand what I mean, right? So, yeah, man, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about Yamal getting number 10. You guys think that, he is too early for him? You guys think that, he should have waited? Tell me what you guys are saying about this. Big up to 4K, man. Says they did in the UCL fixture. We faced them in the Bernabeu, Omar. I don't remember. I never remember the thing. Says no, he was the goalkeeper of that 2 seasons ago. He was like Joan Garcia, but refused to renew his contract and refused to renew the contract with Las Palmas, and they didn't want him to play him last season. Oh, I see. Omar, are you confident that no matter what happens next season, Barcelona, happen with Barca, you will be a winner? Yeah, man. I'm confident, man. Yeah, big up to you, Miguel, man. Big up to you, bro. Says, what's up, Omar? Rafinha spoke on Nico, and he welcomes the move. Yeah, but you know what it is, man. Fans, but you know, Miguel, the fans are saying, bro, Nico Williams just scored 50 goals. It's unfair to Nico Williams. Nico Williams is treated so unfairly. How can he score so many goals and yet he's on his way out? This is embarrassing. This club, they have no loyalty. Rafinha plays for Barcelona. This brother dreamt of playing for Barca. This brother knows more than anybody else the club that he supports or the club that he plays for. He understands that every single player is not exempt of criticism. Every single player has to always, every single season, accept that their position could be in jeopardy and they always have to be on. What this shows me about Rafinha is that Rafinha knows that next season he's going to have to fight for his position, and he's basically telling Nico, all right, bro, welcome to Barcelona. But trust me, bro, if you think I'm going to give you the left wing just like that, bro, you better be ready for a fight, bro, because I am not hanging over my shirt or my position to you. So, yeah. At the end of the day, man, it's not a surprise. And this is the thing. I've always known that to be fair, Nico Williams has been talking about, Rafinha has been talking about the Nico move, and he's saying at the end of the day, he's happy about the move if the move happens. Because at the end of the day, it just means another top player joins the club, and that's just going to improve our chances. And that's exactly what we need. That's the mindset I want from my players. Yes, I've checked just now. Rivaldo was the number 10 for Barca. Yeah, thank you. Says, yo, big up to Yoon. Says, Rivaldo, go-to player. Yeah, this is my point, bro. Rivaldo was one of Barcelona's best players. I didn't watch him, but, bro, the guy absolutely cooked at the club. He won a Ballon d'Or at the club, I think, was it in 99? I think he won the Ballon d'Or in 1999, right? He's a top player. One of the best players, right? Brazilian players of all time. If you guys remember the great Barcelona team, the great Brazil team of 2002, the 3 R's. Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo. Jesus Christ. I don't think football will... my days, man. That team was too good, man. I didn't even remember watching that team. But, brother, every time I go back and I really see that team, I'm like, brother, this team is... this is not even fair. How can a nation be this stacked, bro? Yo, what's going on, man? Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Big up to every single one of you guys who are Yeah, man. Listen, man, this has been an elite stream, man. We've been out here for almost an hour, 30 minutes. Absolutely cooking. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Yo, big up to my familia in the chat, man. Big up to my like Musa. Big up to you. Malaikum salam, brother. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? How are you doing? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for being here, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys who have been in the stream, guys. And listen, man, for all you guys who've been here since the start of the stream, man says you're gonna be famous. Hey, listen, man. Appreciate you for that. I appreciate you. Listen, we keep yeah, listen, we keep grinding, man. That's the thing, Musa. We keep grinding. At the end of the day, you know, I'm just improving, trying to always, improve this channel, make it a top sporting channel. At the end of the day, I throw banter and all this, but really it's all in all in seriousness. And when it comes to Barcelona, guys, I speak my mind. Right? I feel like a lot of you guys who have been subscribed to this channel know me, guys. At the end of the day, nobody can say, oh, Omar is always biased. He's always out of touch. He doesn't always state the facts and all this. That's one thing you guys can never say about me, guys. At the end of the day, as a Barca fan, I criticize, I state my opinion. You don't have to like my opinion. But guess what, guys? My opinion is my opinion. And here's the thing, guys. This is not a channel where I'm going to be silencing people. Don't get it twisted. Just because you guys saw what happened with what's his name, Touchline and Wesley. At the end of the day, bro, people who like to say things for the sake of always trying to get heard, I'm not interested in those people. Feel me, right? I want to be heard, but I want to make sure I'm heard for things that I believe in. I'm not trying to become infamous for being this guy who's always trying to, make things about myself. It's not about me. At the end of the day, everything that I say about Barca, I'm like this. Like, big up to my guy Musa, right? All these, you see this guy you guys are looking at right now? My guy right here. This guy's my cousin. He's not even a subscriber. He's my actual cousin. We're actually related. You understand what I mean, right? I lived in the same room with this brother, bro. You understand what I mean, right? We shared a room together, right? He will tell you before, right? Big up to man like Will in the chat. Big up to you, Football Carnage, man. But yeah, this guy is my cousin. He's my family member. We literally shared a room together. This brother will tell you straight up, all the things that you guys hear from me, the passion that you guys see from me, it's not just streaming, guys. This is who I've always been. I've been like this for years. And I've had family members. I'm in actual families, uncles, right? Look at me and say, yo, Omar, you need to do this as a career. Honestly, Will, I think I've told you this story before, man. Being a sports journalist, being a sports analyst, this was never something I wanted to do as a career. I was just so passionate about football naturally since I was a kid. But the way I used to talk about football was always different from other people. I could spend all day. And this is the thing. My cousin is sitting right here. He's not going to watch me lie. Right, bro? He's right here. He's listening. He will not watch me lie, bro. I can literally spend 24 hours just talking about football, bro. That's how football obsessed I am. You understand what I mean, right? And people used to tell me, yo, Omar, you need to do this as a career because you know so much about the game. Try to make this a career. Try to become a sports journalist. Try to become a sports analyst. And my whole road, and I would probably make a stream about this someday, guys, but long story short, my channel, when I started to do this in football, yeah, it says football is like a religion in Gambia. Facts. Bro, at the end of the day, people don't understand, right? Back home, that is where my football obsession came from. Because I was raised in Gambia. I've lived my whole life there. Do you understand what I mean, right? So, over there, football, I wouldn't say it's people are obsessed with football like they're in South America. South Americans are crazy, right? We are obsessed. In Gambia, people are obsessed with football. I'm just like every other Gambian. I sit there, I talk about football. When I came here to America and I used to talk to my uncles used to look at me like this. Because they used to say, yo, you the way you talk about football, nobody talks about it that way. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm trying to tell you, this is just naturally me. Trust me, don't get it twisted. Everything that you guys see me say is because I'm a guy, when I'm just have free time, I'm going to read about football history, not just about Barca. I read football history about Real Madrid. I read football history about Manchester United. I read football history about Liverpool. I want to know so much because I'm always curious to know about the history of these clubs, right? How it was the inception, where they started, everything, right? So sometimes when I talk about stuff, it's because I've actually gone out of my way to actually read into it. That's why sometimes I don't just sit here and waffle, bro. That's why I don't waffle. Everything that I say, whether it's on this channel, whether it's on Will's channel, on Miguel's channel, any channel I'm in, trust me, guys, you can go and do your search everything that I say, and you'll find out. I don't fabricate anything, bro. I make sure that everything that I state, I've got proof, I've got evidence, and it's written somewhere for you to find. You understand what I mean, right? So that's one thing people can. That's why I'm never worried. That's why I state what I state, because I know I have evidence to back the things I say. I'm not like the Athletic Bilbao president who has no evidence, right? He's just gonna sit there and just waffle. I have evidence, bro. It is what it is. But yeah, listen, man. We all love football. You understand what I mean, right? And I appreciate, like I mentioned, every single one of you guys who are here, man. This has been an amazing stream. I know, we spent here giving the to Athletic Bilbao, but yeah, man, appreciate every single one of you guys, man. And listen, at the end of the day, if I go on to make it on YouTube, I'm being serious, right? If I ever make it on YouTube, if I ever get to a point where I have 100K subscribers, I have over 1K people, because you know what, right? At the end of the day, I'm not obsessed with numbers that much. I don't care about, thousands of views. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not like any other YouTuber. I want my channel to thrive. I want my channel to be everywhere. I want people to talk about my channel and say, yo, Omar, I'm seeing 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, 10, 20, 30K people watching my stream. Of course, I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not interested. No, I'm just like everyone else. But one thing I'm not going to do, and one thing I will never be accused of doing, is selling my thoughts or my soul or my opinions just for the sake of views. That will never be me. That will never be me. People can say whatever they want, and people troll me all the time. But one thing people can never say about me is that at the end of the day, I lie, bro. Because at the end of the day, I remember every word that comes out of my mouth. I know everything I've said to anybody. So when I say something, I make sure. And sometimes this is the thing. I'm just like many people. I troll. And you know what's funny, right? When I troll other fans, and you've got big up to Zier, Gio, and everybody here. Zier will tell you, I cooked Zier. Guess what? If we lose next season, game is game. I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to sit there and say, these people are being unfair to me. Why is everybody always trying to troll me? No, I'm just like every other person. I troll everybody around me. All my friends, from Will to Zier to Gio, all these people know me, man. All these people know me, right? When their teams lose, I'll be there to cook them, especially Madrid. Will is here. Will knows game is game. If we lose next season, I'm getting cooked by Will. I'm getting absolutely cooked. And game is game. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to be like, Will is doing too much. I can't stand this guy. Why is this guy always trying to cook me? Nah, bro. Game is game. It's the history, man. It's football fans. It's all banter. But this is the thing, man. Trolling is cool, but I feel like with certain people, if you're someone, and I don't care who this is, because I don't mind calling names, but I'll tell you this: I don't like drama. Okay? Because here's the thing, right? Some people, they live for the sole purpose of just trying to get under people's skin, whether it's the chat or other content creators. All they do in their minds, they're always trying to always troll people. Everywhere they go, they troll everybody around them. Now, there's always every one of those people. Even a man like Will, don't get it twisted. Will is a fraud. Will cooks everybody and trolls everybody. Nobody is safe. But one thing I will give Will is this. Will understands that when Madrid is shit or Madrid are cooked, he accepts that he's going to get cooked and he's there to take it. That's one thing I will give Will, bro. I will give this to Will. Will is a troll and a fraud. But my guy, when he is getting cooked, he never complains, he never cries, he never sits there and says, these people, why are you always talking about Madrid? This and this and this, and getting all defensive and crying and pissed off about it. I've never said, trust me, I've spoken to Will outside of YouTube. I've spoken to Will out of YouTube. I can tell you, bro, this brother, he's not bothered when he gets cooked, when he gets trolled. Do you understand what I mean, right? He doesn't get bothered because he knows the shit he says. If his team loses, he's going to get cooked. And he will be there to take it. Game is game. What I don't respect is when people are notorious for coming to other people's chats, or fans or subscribers who come in, make everything about themselves, say the most fucked up or pissed off thing just to try to either get the person that they're talking to rattled or get in the chat rattled so that they can all sit there and laugh and say, look at all these people that are rattled. It's so funny. But the funny thing is, the moment you mentioned their club, they not only get angry with you, they hold on to that vendetta and they start being hypocrites going everywhere complaining about you. I don't respect that. I don't respect that because, dude, game is game. If you're going to sit there and try to rattle others, do not be a bitch. I don't care. Don't be a bitch. If you sit there and you rattle somebody and that person responds and you don't like the response, well, game is game. You shouldn't have started something you can't finish. You understand what I mean? So, I'm just going to say this now. I'm not going to make this about you. At the end of the day, everybody's here. Big up to all you guys who are still here. I know I've been waffling a lot. People call me a waffler. It is what it is. I'm not heard when people call me a waffler. Omar, get to your point. At the end of the day, I know I say at the end of the day 100 times in streams. I know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't get hurt by those things, man. I don't hold it too personal. However, I'm also like many people. There is certain people, I refuse to listen to them when they cook me. I refuse to listen to them because those people, because you don't deserve to cook me. You understand what I'm saying, right? There are certain people, what I'm saying is, certain people I will accept the cooking, certain people I refuse to listen to them cook me because you are a hypocrite. If I say something to you, you're going to get angry, you're going to start complaining, you're going to start bitching and moaning. So please, bro, do not call me out. Because if you call me out and I start being disrespectful and you don't like it, I'm gonna be absolutely ripping you apart and I will feel no remorse. Now, Will, I'm being dead serious, bro. Will, you're in the chat, bro. Big up to you, bro. But you know this, man. Game is game, bro. Do not start something you can't finish. If you call me out, you're just asking to get cooked. And I will say whatever I want to say to you, and I don't care how far I go. So the same thing applies with me. So that's why I'm like to certain people, if you can't take the heat, please, bro, stay away from the kitchen. Stay away from the kitchen. Do not call me out if you can't take the heat, because I will cook you and I will not, and there's not a place I won't stoop to get under your skin. And you're going to probably hate me. Nazir, I'm not specifically calling anybody out. I'll be honest, right? I know people are going to say, it's Touchline he's calling out. Even Wesley, and I don't know if he's still here. He's in the chat. He's always doing this shit. Listen, man, I'm dead ass being serious. I don't care if your name is Touchline, whoever you are. If I'm calling out Touchline, I'll call him by name. I'm not afraid to call out Touchline. Do you understand what I mean, right? So before people think, he's not calling our name. No, I'm not afraid to call anybody's name. Okay, bro? At the end of the day, Touchline pisses me off sometimes. I'm not bothered about Touchline. But here's the thing, bro. If he continues to treat me the way he does, at some point, he's going to piss me off. He's going to push me to a wall. I'm going to say something he's not going to like. And he is not going to like what I say. And I am not going to feel anything. I don't care what anyone in my mutual circle say. Omar, you went too far. I don't care. Because certain people, I refuse to listen to them when they try to cook me. I refuse. Because, dude, you're a coward. You get all emotional and calling me out on other people's channels when you get cooked. But then when it's time for me to get cooked, you want to start saying the most disgusting things like, what you're saying is not hurting me. Nobody wants to hear themselves. Let's be real here, man. Like, everybody here knows this, right? And I know I've been waffling. I'm going to end this soon, right? I'm just going to say this, right? Nobody in this chat, whether it's you, Gio, whether it's Will, or whether it's my guy, Zir, nobody wants to hear other people cook your club. I'm just saying, man. I mean, listen, Will, I cook Real Madrid. What, are you happy to listen to me cook your club? No. I mean, listen, I like I mentioned, you're right, bro. It's just football banter. It's nothing personal. I'm gonna be very real, man. You're absolutely right. I don't get it twisted. This doesn't bother me as much with certain people. It's just a certain people. I refuse to listen to them cook me, bro. Like, respectfully, bro, if me and you don't get along, please don't call me out. Don't call me out, bro. Respectfully, me and you can, if you want to banter my club, go do it with someone else. Don't do it with me. Because we and you, we're not that cool for you to be calling me out. You understand what I mean, right? So, just do your thing over there. Fine. But if you mention me when you and I are not cool, bro, whatever I say to you, bro, is game. So, yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, listen, man. Big up to every single one of you guys who have been here. Like I mentioned, I'm not calling this out. I'm gonna be very real, man. Zir. It's not just because of me. It's also because of you. Because, recently I'm not gonna talk about it because we've moved on from it. But for those of you guys who know, you know. So we're not gonna talk about that because that's all moved on. But that is a little bit tied to what I'm talking about right now. That's why I'm talking about this, right? Because I wanted to just share my thoughts on it, and I'm not gonna talk about this ever again. So, yeah, man, let's read some of your chats before we move on, guys, because Football Mania is gonna be starting very, very soon. Yeah, man, big up to you guys. Anywho, let's go, man. It says, which team? What is you? I mean, it's always gonna be Real Madrid, but Real Madrid's a fraud, so it is what it is. See this? You see what I'm saying about Will, yeah? Right? You see what I'm saying about Will. See, this is what I mean. This is banter that I can deal with. This is banter that I can deal with. Man says Barcelona always rule benders for them when it comes to signings and registrations. W Athletic for calling out this evil club out. Hey, listen, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the fact that he called my club an evil club. But hey, listen, man. Game is game. Of course he's gonna say it. He's a Madrid fan, bro. I don't expect this brother to come here and say, oh, Madrid, this and this and this. Listen, the day Will defends my club is the day that probably the sky falls down. Straight up. And I know you're still here, Will, and you know this, bro. The day Will ever says anything that defends my club is the day the sky will probably go. If Will ever says something nice about my club, I'll probably have to walk out and see if the sky is about to fall, bro. Yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. But man, like, big up to my like cousin. Yo, he says W cousin. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, listen, man. Yo, big up to my brother Musa, man. Like, he's my cousin, but he's like my little bro, man. He's my little bro. And he's always supporting, man. He says, Omar, you do choose. You do it because you love football, not because it's popular to do so. That's why you and your channel feel natural. Thank you, man. Appreciate you for the kind words. Yeah, man, smash that like. Guys, are we at 40 likes? Did we hit 40 yet? Yo, 47! That's what I'm saying, man. Yo, listen, guys. We're 3 likes away from hitting 50. I don't think I've ever hit. I think I've hit 50 before. I've never hit 50 on a live stream where I was actually in. If you haven't smashed the likes yet, guys, please get me to 50 likes before we move on, guys. If you haven't smashed the like, get the likes to 50 likes, man. Get us to 50 likes, man. We're almost at 50. We're literally 3 away from 50 likes, man. Big up to you guys, man. Madrid fans crying. Hey, listen, man, nothing new. Listen, this fraud, yeah. Yesterday I was on his channel and he played the crying tune. Listen, Zero, we're gonna talk, bro, because I need you to start sending me some of these voice things, bro, and all these clips. I'm gonna start doing this for this fraud, because this fraud wants to do that to me. I fell in love with this sport when I was 10 years old. Yeah, so did I, bro. So did I. Yo, big up to you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Big up to Gio. Yeah, listen, Gio, bro. Speaking of you, bro. Listen, man. Juve Corner Cast, man. It's in an hour 30 minutes from now, bro. So me and you, we're gonna be talking, okay, bro? So yeah, man. Listen, Gio, don't worry, bro. I'm not gonna talk about Juventus in this stream. We're gonna get into that later, bro. Big up to you, man. Hey, yo, big up to Zir. Yo, yeah, you're right. I did see that you're in on SmackDown. Listen, how was the show? Because I saw some of the videos you showed me. It was pretty cool. I might go back and rewatch it again, but don't spoil anything for me. I hope nothing big happened, but It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Man said pasta mafia. Listen, listen. You see this? You see this Will fraud? Yeah, he's gonna call this out. But I promise you all, I am looking forward, bro. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something, Shio. I need you, please, bro. I need you guys to do me a favor, man. Beat these guys, man. Well, 49 likes. We're one like away, guys. We're one like away. Come on, man. Get me to 50 likes before we close out. Big up to you, AK, man. Yeah, man. It says, there you are. It says, did you hear about the PK thing? No, I haven't. I haven't heard it. I'll probably have to look into that later, man. Yeah, we had a convo on it. Facts. Trolling is a part of the game. That's true, bro. That's true. Don't get it twisted, man. I never get hurt. I never hold anything personal. I promise you all. Maybe people might think that I'm saying this because I hold things personal. I don't. I just don't like people that hold what I say personal when they say things that I might hold personal, not personal. That's all I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to say something to me and I don't hold it personal, please, bro. And I say something to you and I know you're holding it personal, bro, it's different. I don't respect you for that because it's just like, man, it's all banter. We're all cool here. I control Zir, and I know Zir is. I can say the most messed up things to Zir about Bayern Munich. Guess what, bro? He's not gonna be angry with me. But let me tell you something. If I say something personal to him, and he's angry, bro, that's understandable. But it's never that personal between me and Zir. Same thing with Gio. Trust me. If we meet Zir, if I meet Gio next season in the Champions League, bro, you can best believe I'm throwing some past the FC call outs on that, man. Man said, who are you cooking like this? You know what, man? You're lucky I'm not cooking you, man. This brother is playing all that voice, that crying thing every time I'm on the stream, man. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. After you guys went 2-0 up, I actually walked out and said, I'm like, nah, fuck off. This guy, right? Because people in his chat know who I am. This guy's chat just started going out there, like literally cooking me, man. Like, I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm out of here, man. What the hell? Yo, guys, we're at 49 likes, man. We haven't even hit 50 yet. We're one like away from 50, guys. Come on, man. Get me to 50 before I get out of here, man. We're almost 4 more minutes about to start. I want to redirect to man like Will before I get out of here, man. But come on, bro. Come on, yeah. It says, who called you out? Yeah, man, like touchline. As always. It says, stay humble, eh? Jarek KO. Yo, big up, man. Big up to you, man. Hey, my guy is got me. It says, it's just banter, nothing personal. Yeah. Certain. I mean, listen, Will, me and you of all people know, bro. It's not personal, but you know, certain people, you just can't listen. Yeah, sometimes certain people, it's just like, no. You feel me, right? Like you know, Will. You know, bro. Certain people, you can't tolerate it with certain people. You feel me, right? It's banter, but people are too concerned with this shit. Yeah, that's the thing also, man. Like, don't get it twisted, man. I love Barca. I love my club. I love this club, bro. I will do anything for this club, right? But I am well aware and self-aware enough to know that the club that I support is probably one of the most hated clubs around. You will be hard done by to find someone say anything positive about Barcelona who is not a Barcelona fan. Do you understand what I mean? Right? So, yeah, man, listen. At the end of the day, guess what? Anytime I'm on anybody's stream, I'm always getting called out. Trust me, Zir, you're still in the chat. You know, people have called out the fact that my club cheats. They've talked about 09. They talk about the money. They talk about the cheats. They talk about the referees. They talk about everything. Bro, I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't hold it personal at all. Whether it's the chat who say it to me, whether it's the people in the streams who say it to me, I don't care. It doesn't bother me with certain people. Certain people, I don't care, man. You feel me, right? I mean, even Zir. Zir is another guy. He will never call. I know I can say anything about Bayern. Like, bro, Zir will tell you. I don't know if Zir, I don't know if you know this. Did you remember when you guys lost 1-0 when I was on Northside stream? My guy put me on full screen and I was cooking you. Guess what? We spoke the next day. And we were all like, what under the bridge? Because it's not that personal. You are you know me and you are friends. It's all football banter. So yeah, it's not personal. I don't hold anything personal. I promise you guys. For me, there is shit bigger than the game. Wallahi, facts, man, facts. I love this club. At the end of the day, Allah brought us together here for a bigger purpose. Facts, man. Listen, football is about football. We all love football. We all defend our clubs, but it's not that deep. Yeah, exactly, man. Me too. Trust me, bro. I'm the same. I don't like when people like, bro. I remember one time Northside said he was gonna cook me if we ever played the Barcelona, bro. I know I'm gonna watch that and I'm not going to get angry. I'm just gonna be laughing my ass off. And I know you're gonna cook me. I know next season, bro. After all this shit has happened this season, I know if Barcelona don't have a great season next season, oh my god, my channel will probably hit 10K because of the amount of cookings I'm gonna get. And I'm cool with that. I promise. I'm not gonna be timing people out. I'm not gonna be falling out with people. I don't care that much about football to be crying about it, man. It says can't make mania. Hey, listen, that's so unfortunate, man. Alex Bayerna joins Aleti. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I went 50 likes. Yo, we hit the 50 like target, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Yeah, man, we've hit 50 likes, man. That's the highest likes I've gotten on a stream that I'm live. Yeah, 50 likes. Appreciate you guys, man. Yo, big up to John Williams, man. Big up to he says, don't mind this Madrid fraud. Hey, we don't, man. We don't care about these Madrid frauds. We don't, man. Yeah, man. It says, let's play the Franco clip. It says, man can be calling out Messi and Messi is performing. Man is calling out Messi. Oh, yeah, bro. Thank you, bro. Make sure you have that clip saved. I will... Bro, you know what? You have my private WhatsApp, bro. You got to send me these clips. You got a lot of clips, man. Send me... You know what it is? You know the clips that you have, like the You're Finished and all these clips. Bro, you got to send me those clips. I need to have those clips saved somewhere so that I can start using these clips on these frauds because they use it on me all the time, man. Fucking... Man, like... Yes, I don't even want to talk about our land. Dude, don't worry. Listen, man. When we do the show, you're going to have to talk, bro. We're going to have to talk, man. Pretty decent. Love to Gio, proper Juve fan. I respect that the most. Well, it's a bull chasing fraud. Oh my goodness, man, yo, that is a violation, man. Yo, you know what? This man called him a pasta merchant, and this guy said, my man called him that, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is a violation, man. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, this is funny, man. Man said. Man called him a bull chasing merchant, you know, my guy. Yo, you know what? Make sure Gio, you hold on to that, bro. Because this man called you a Pasta FC. Make sure you call him the bull chasing merchant, man. He said, bro, don't worry. I'll give him some paella merchants. Don't worry, man. Hey, man, says doing good. Yo, listen, man, this is a good chat, man. But it's the damn time you won against us. It took you how long again? Oh, you talking about me? Man, get out of here, man. Listen, where do we see each other again, bro? We will see each other again. Listen, man. After what I've been watching from you guys this season, bro. He says I was in Madrid when they moved. Really, man. Anyway, guys, you guys have been absolutely elite, guys. We're gonna get out of here because I do have to get ready to go to Football Mania. Hopefully we'll do well over there. Big up to every single one of you guys who have been here. Appreciate every single one of you guys who've been here. We've done a 2-hour stream, man. Another 2 hour stream. Listen, the streams have been absolutely cooking, man. 52 likes. Appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys, man. We're gonna be closing out now, guys. Because like I mentioned, I do have to go to Football Carnage and Football Mania, guys. Let me actually fix the redirect before I get out of here. Yeah, Football Carnage. Man, like Football Carnage. This fraud, this Manuk, this Haiwan, like Zia would say. This Haiwan. Where is it? Football Mania. Where is Football Mania? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, guys. Anyway, guys, Football Mania hasn't started yet, but it will probably start the moment I join. But listen, pick up to every single one of you guys, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys who have been watching, guys. Like I mentioned, we are going to be closing out stream will be redirecting you all to Football Mania. It will be starting very, very soon, guys. Make sure you guys go out there. Make sure you guys put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below. And make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And like I always say whenever I end these streams, guys, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya. And yo, we'll talk later, man. Peace. Take care.